Hello there, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. So I have too many handbags. I know, it's groundbreaking. Imagine getting to that conclusion by myself. I have too many handbags, and there's problems with having a large handbag collection, and I'm going to share with you my train of thought about why I have too many and why you may not want to have a large handbag collection and why it's maybe not a good thing, because I have too many. And I'll tell you how this came about. I was going out at the weekend with my family and I was using this bag again. This bag came with me on both Saturday and Sunday. So if you take the week, there's 7 days in the week. Shock. Turn this channel into an educational channel. There's 7 days in the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, I use my Louis Vuitton Neverfull. And I use the Atelier Auguste bag now if I need a crossbody bag with smaller things in it. But of my handbag collection that you would be aware of, Louis Vuitton Neverfull 5 days a week. Recently, Teal Chanel Mini 2 days a week. 2 bags, 7 days, collection of over 40. You do the math. I have too many. It doesn't make sense. Now, I'm not going to suddenly go and sell them all. I'm not, because I love them. I really love them, and I come in here and I talk to them and I put them on and I look in the mirror and I style them and they're fun and I adore them and I enjoy them, and some of them would be very, very hard to replace. But if we're being real, I have too many. Because what using this again at the weekend made me think, and I have a pillow on my knee that says love, so I'm going to keep it there because I love the bags, even though there's too many. But what using this again made me finally think about, I've probably had this thought come into my head before but skirted it away, don't want to deal with that, is when you've this many bags, there are a few that are heavily in repeat. And there's a few that I will go to regularly to use and that I will look to use and that I enjoy using and go with my wardrobe and just seem to be the ones I'm drawn to. And the reality of that is it means there's a huge amount of others that don't get used very much or at all. And these bags, super expensive, shock, to be sitting around not used that very much. And the reality of it is that my lifestyle probably has, if I have 40 odd bags, I'm going to guess about 10ish or so that will get more regular use. Be it summer, like the Prada bag gets used every summer, the Gucci Super Mini, they come out seasonally. Or there's bags like this that just get used all the time, or they never fill. There's a lot of other bags then that don't really. And as much as I love them, and they're not all going anywhere, I am going to have a serious look around this room and decide what do you really, really love and what can you... it's on the floor, sorry Gwenny. Gwenny hates it when I drop my luxury bags, but I do it all the time. That one just hit the floor in a ceremonial thud. Sorry about that. But what are the bags that I look to use, that I love to use, that I feel happy about, and I'm looking around the room? And keep those obviously, but have a very serious talk with myself about the ones that are here that maybe don't need to be. Because when you're using the ones that I'm using on repeat, there's some of these and I'm looking, I know my eyes are probably going everywhere rather than looking at you, but it's because I'm looking around the viewfinder at what's behind us. Now there's some of these bags that I may never use or use very rarely that I'm happy with that because I love them that much and they're staying. But there's others that I don't use that much and don't love that much and maybe need to not be here. So that is the first reason why you don't need to have, or shouldn't have, or it's crazy to have, unless you're a collector, that's different, a very, very large handbag collection. I was watching Dale's YouTube or Instagram. I can't remember if this came to me on one of her videos or on her Instagram, and obviously it's Dale from Dale's Addiction. And Dale has a lifestyle that she wears more of her bags more often. She changes her bags up for work an awful lot more. She doesn't always have very corporate look on. She mixes that up as well. You should follow Dale's Instagram. Her outfits of the day are fab for inspiration. And she shows how she takes other bits and pieces that you may not traditionally think are workwear into the workplace, and she styles them up with her bags. So you will see a lot more of Dale's bags being used more often during the day to work. My workplace is very, very corporate and conservative, and that has an impact on what I can wear. And it means that my wardrobe, work wardrobe, unless I'm in my own office and I'm not going out and going to meetings or etc, my own wardrobe is very conservative for work and is quite corporate. That has an impact on the bags that I take. If I was going to my own office, yes, I could carry the pink Birkin with a Birkin. Is that the Trolls movie? Yes, I could carry the pink Birkin with a suit, no problem, in my own office. But if I'm going out and about, I may not take that bag with me. So it restricts what I use that way. It just kind of got me thinking, so many bags and you use so little. And that is the number one issue with having a large handbag collection. How hard it is to rotate them all, to use them all, to be happy with the ones you're not using. And there's some, yes, I know absolutely, I'm very happy with being here even if I'm not using them. I don't care if they're not being used that much or not at all, because I love them. There's others I know I don't love that much though, enough to justify still being here. That's problem number one. Problem number two, if you're going to have a large handbag collection, and that you should think about if you're considering this, is quite bluntly and obviously the amount of money that's sitting on the shelves. And that is a decision you have to make. And I have another video, I don't know what order these are coming out on, but someone had asked me about the amount of money I spend on bags, and do I not realise that I could retire early, I could have a house at the beach, I could not be working, I could be investing more with what's on these shelves, and I've talked about that in that video. But it is something to bear in mind and to think about, that when you have a large handbag collection, there is a lot of money sitting around you in bags, and that's a personal choice, and that comes down to everybody's personal finances, your own loves and dreams and wants, and what you enjoy spending money on, what your disposable income is, what your financial situation is. There's so much tied up in that I genuinely don't think that what is the right solution or the right formula for one person is going to be the right formula or solution for another person. I think it's very, very dependent on you and your circumstances. And I think it's very hard for anybody to say to you, you should have this amount or you shouldn't have that amount, because they don't know what your exact circumstances are. But that's just something to bear in mind, and obviously because the prices, it's the money on the shelf around you, it's the prices of the bags themselves. The price increases keep meaning what you have to spend per unit is increasing and increasing and increasing, and the amount of money you're outspending then obviously is adding up, and that is something to be aware of. Number three is then the security and the insurance, because all of these are expensive and they're assets. I don't think they're investments. Going to put that out there, I've said that in a lot of videos, but they are expensive and there's a security aspect to them, an insurance aspect to them. So if you're going to have this amount of bags or any bags, you need to think about security and insurance. And depending where you live, there are certain places in the world that are going to be less safe than others to be carrying obviously designer bags, or bags that are obviously worth an amount of money. And that's something that you have to take into account and weigh up in your life and circumstances and whereabouts and geographical position in the world as to what that risk is to you and what you feel comfortable with doing. Number four, it's addictive. Talked about this before. I've all these bags and don't have enough days in the week or outings to wear them to. But I keep buying them because I love them, because it is addictive. And I've said before I'm not addicted, and then I said in a later video, okay, it is addictive because I love it. And I love the buzz of it, I love the thrill of it, I love watching the new collections, I love keeping up with the new collections, seeing what's coming, buying the new things, buying the colours. I really enjoy it, and it's a hobby to me, and it's something that brings me a lot of joy. But it's a game you'll never win if you treat it like that, as a game, because there's always more being released. There's always new collections. You will never if you're interested in watching what's coming, be done, because there's always more coming. And there are times when I feel like I have found purse piece. I am pretty settled at the minute with the bags that I have. I am not actively, openly looking for any other bags at the moment. I feel quite at peace with my handbag collection right now, insofar as I don't intend to bring more in right now. That too shall pass. I know that too shall pass. I know that around the corner will become another time of when I'm back into watching everything, looking at everything. Something will be released that I didn't know was coming, and I love it, and I want to follow it down that slippery slope and go after it. And there'll be other bags that I then want to add. And that's where the addiction comes. And that's where the dangerousness comes. Because I can find purse piece for a time. Then those sneaky heads of design at the houses introduce something else. And I want to follow that trail. And that's why I think it's never ending at times. Some people find purse piece and kind of get over it. Fabulous for them. Fabulous for their bank balances. I don't think I have that. I think my personality and intrigue and love of seasonal things and different things is that I'm always going to be coming back around to looking what's out there. And that's another reason why having a large handbag collection can be a difficulty, because you're never done. You're never going to win the game. You're never going to have all of the pieces you want to have if you're someone that's interested in the new things that are coming. If you can find purse piece and say, I've had enough, I'm done. Whoo! Please make a video on how you did it and impart your knowledge. But for me, there's always more. Number 5 is there's a pretty good chance you're going to end up hanging out with people like me. You're going to come to YouTube. You're going to watch our videos. You're going to maybe meet us. There's now a tribe, I think was the collective term we came up with when we met in London. And we're all enablers. And we all encourage each other. And don't get me wrong, we're great crack and we had a load of fun, and I wouldn't be without the tribe at all because I love them. It was so much fun. But you will find, if you look for it, like-minded people. And you will quite often find that we will encourage each other and enable each other. So it makes it harder if you decide for a moment that you're considering maybe not buying that bag or what you should do, because there'll always be the right person. You'll know who to look at on your contact list. If you're looking for the person to give you the green light, I know. If there's a bag that I'm considering and it's maybe uber expensive, or it's this or it's that, or I've got 25 pink bags but I want another pink bag, I know who to go to in the contact list. I know who to find. I know where Meredith is. I know where Deb is. I know where Dale is. I know who to find that will say to me, oh, do it. It's fabulous. Do it. Do it. Yeah, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. I know where to find the encouragement that I need that will bring another pink unboxing to the channel. So you'll end up with like-minded persons who will encourage the activity. You'll have a bit of fun along the way. But yes, it can be easier then to pull the trigger when there is a silent support system that's not always so silent. And I love that about it. Absolutely love it. For me, it's one of the best things. Absolutely love it. But if you are thinking about should you have more handbags, bear that in mind, because we mean it with love, but you might get some do-its in the corner. Gwenny now has a mini Fendi baguette in this colour. That the lion, I love the lion by the way, I'm in his fan club, he's fabulous. Bought her for Christmas. I love Gwenny too obviously, but he is so cool. Bought Gwenny the mini in this for Christmas. Claire has it also whenever she was in London with us. And Lisa also has it. It's fab. Gwenny, when we were in London, Claire fell for the encouragement. Lisa fell for the encouragement swiftly thereafter. Gwenny, this Fendi sparkle bag, Gwenny bought the Zucca Print mini. This also came in a mini and it's fabulous. Gwenny took some strong encouragement in London and she stood up to it. and I have to say I was guilty of strongly encouraging this bag to come home with her because I just thought it was a Gwenny bag and it was fabulous and I thought she should have it and it was wonderful and it didn't matter, she already bought the Zucker print, get this one too! That's what I mean. That's what we do. And I meant it with love because I'm sure she would love it and I thought it was fabulous, but that's what we do. Anyway, fast forward to Christmas and go and watch Gwenny's Christmas unboxings, and lo and behold, what's now in Gwenny's collection? Not the sparkle version, but the leather version. I think all three of those ladies have the leather version. Claire, Lisa and Gwenny, all of the leather version of that colour. Fabulous. Fabulous. But that's what I mean. Gentle encouragement. Now they all live happily with their pink Fenty mini baguettes. So just be aware of that. It's great crack. Just be aware of that. So those, which started off as a video of me talking to you about why I have too many handbags. Yep, too many handbags. What I'm going to do about it, realised it when I realised how many I can actually use and how many I do wear on repeat, has kind of moved on, taken a life of its own, onto a video of the risks of having a large handbag collection and why you may not want one. I hope this has been somewhat enjoyable. I know I've went on tangents and had a bit of a laugh to myself and a giggle, but I've had fun. I hope you have had fun too. If you have enjoyed this in any way or had fun, please do consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps with the pesky algorithm. If you haven't yet, please do consider subscribing. And if you're not done with me yet, I'm going to leave another video for you on the screen to enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching me. Please take care and I will see you again in the next one.